Gabriel's silence, the boy who spoke with his eyes. Do you believe that God still speaks? And what if his voice came not through words but through silence? Tonight, I want to share with you a story that carries heaven's breath. The story of Gabriel, a boy who never spoke a single word, yet whose eyes carried messages from the skies. If you believe miracles are happening every single day, even when we cannot understand them, like this video, share it with someone whose faith needs renewal and subscribe to this channel. Your presence here is part of something divine. Gabriel was 9 years old. Since birth, he had never spoken a word. The doctor's diagnosis? Severe autism, complete absence of speech. But there was something unusual about him, a strange calmness that felt almost unearthly, a gaze so deep it seemed to see beyond skin, beyond fear, beyond pain. What few people realized was this: Gabriel was not mute. He was simply listening to another frequency. Gabriel was born in a quiet town nestled in the hills of Tennessee. His mother, Lucille, was a woman of prayer. She raised him alone, enduring whispers from neighbors who said, "That boy will never be anything." But Lucille never doubted. She would cradle his face in her hands and say, "My son doesn't need to speak. Heaven already speaks through him." People thought she was lost in denial, just a mother's delusion, until the signs began to appear. One Sunday afternoon in church, a woman sat beside Gabriel. Outwardly, she smiled politely, but inside, she was shattered. That very night, she had decided to end her life. Gabriel looked at her. He didn't speak. He didn't even move. He just held her gaze, still, piercing, and strangely full of light. Then gently, he reached out and touched her hand. The woman broke. She wept uncontrollably, as though invisible chains had been shattered. That night, she did not end her life. Weeks later, she returned to church to testify. It wasn't a sermon that saved me. It was a boy's silence. His eyes told me heaven still sees me. From then on, this began to repeat itself. Gabriel could not form words, but he could draw. Every day he filled his worn-out notebooks with sketches. One day, he drew the pastor of the church with a dark shadow across his chest. Confused, the pastor took it seriously. He went for medical tests. They found a tumor, caught just in time. Another day, Gabriel sketched an angel holding the hand of a pregnant neighbor. That same evening, the woman nearly collapsed. Rushed to the hospital, the doctor told her, "If you hadn't come in tonight, neither you nor the baby would have survived." At an outdoor revival, a visiting preacher was speaking about spiritual gifts. But then he stopped mid-sermon, his eyes fixed on Gabriel. He pointed and said, "There is an angel standing beside that boy. I see a light on him like I've never seen before." In that very moment, a sudden wind swept across the crowd. Chairs rattled, pages of Bibles turned wildly. But strangely, the wind circled only around Gabriel, like a holy breath. People fell silent. Some fell to their knees. Doctors could not explain him. Teachers dismissed him as a child who didn't learn. But whenever someone carrying pain drew near Gabriel, it was as if he already knew. His eyes searched theirs, and their burdens grew lighter. Some said he was a prophet, others a living miracle. But all agreed there was something divine resting in his silence. At 12 years old, Gabriel created a drawing that would forever mark his community. It was a map, simple, almost childlike. Red dots marked different houses, and at the center a single blue cross. Lucille brought it to the pastor. They realized the dots matched homes in crisis, families drowning in addiction, violence, despair. One by one, members of the church began visiting those homes, praying, fasting, standing in the gap. Families were restored, marriages healed, children brought home. And at the place marked with the blue cross, the community built a new church. Its name, the Church of God's Silence. Today, Gabriel is 17. He still does not speak, but when he walks into a room, the atmosphere shifts. People describe feeling an unexplained peace. Some say he carries the fragrance of heaven. Others swear they hear whispers of angels when he is near. His mother, Lucille, simply says, "I did not raise a boy. I raised an altar." Not every voice of God comes wrapped in words. Sometimes his voice comes wrapped in silence, in a gaze, in a hand resting on yours, in a sketch drawn by a child. Maybe you are waiting for heaven to shout, but perhaps heaven is already whispering to your soul. If Gabriel's story touched your spirit, share it with someone searching for a sign. Like this video. Comment below with the words, "I believe in God's silent miracles," and subscribe to this channel, because every story here is a prayer with a voice, even when that voice comes without sound.